Hey everybody, Pupsker here. If you didn't know, Warframe has, honestly, the most versions of Excalibur out of any frame in the game. There is Excalibur, there is Excalibur Umbra, and then the two most rare versions, which you may have not even heard of, is Excalibur Prime and Excalibur Umbra Prime. Now, if we first take a look at Excalibur Prime, this is Excalibur Prime. He was sold in-game 2013 in Warframe's beta, and he is essentially Excalibur but cooler, okay? And that is it. You cannot look at him in-game, like search him, if you do not own him. If you see here, he was only obtainable by upgrading a Warframe account during Founders of a status of Hunter or greater, no longer available. It closed November 1st, 2013. Ooh. If you compare Excalibur Prime to regular Excal, he is like a regular Prime. He's just better, right? And if you compare Excalibur Prime to Umbra, the only thing that is different is the polarities that you can actually equip. As with any other Prime Warframe, moving close to the location of an Auric Void Death Orb will restore a pulse of 250 energy to nearby allies if that Death Orb is inactive. Okay, not bad. So that is the origin story of Excalibur Prime. During the early days in Warframe, you could also get the Leto and Skana Prime if you paid a lot of money, and that is now essentially, like, fully discontinued. Like, that's just not a thing anymore. It doesn't exist. And Excalibur Prime is still in game, but only a handful of founders still have Excalibur Prime. You can check out all the info here. You can sell still Electric, Swordsman, Radial Blind, right? Well, Electric's the progenitor, so if you use Excal on Kuva Liches and stuff like that. Excalibur Prime deals 10% increased damage and attacks 10% faster when wielding swords. I think like regular passive, so that is the legend of Excalibur Prime. It's actually fairly simple overall, if you were wondering. But there's another one. There is Excalibur Umbra Prime. So, let's sit down and have a chat. Excalibur Umbra Prime is what once became Excalibur Umbra, okay? This is because Excalibur Umbra Prime is the founder exclusive Warframe for the Chinese build of Warframe that serves as the stand-in for Excalibur Prime. And remember, Warframe has its own Chinese build, right? So it excludes a lot of other things in the game that we have, like NA. I don't know if they even have the like Lloyd and Albrecht kissing scene in Warframe China. I want to assume they do, but there's a decent enough chance that they don't have that in Warframe China, and like a lot of things like that. No gore, probably no dismembering. There's a full thing we can take a look at eventually if anyone's too curious, but Warframe China, completely separate build than Warframe North America. So it's the same game base, but they have very certain changes. And that is things like Excalibur Umbra Prime. The visual likeness of the Warframe was later added to the global build as Excalibur Umbra 3 years later, okay? That was in 2018, and Excalibur Umbra Prime originally came out in 2015. By contrast to Excalibur Umbra, Umbra Prime retains the Sentience passive, but does not have access to Radial Howl, uses Radial Blind, and has lower armor. By contrast to other primes, Umbra Prime lacks the Death Orb energy passive. Okay, interesting. So in Warframe China, you were able to purchase it with a founder pack that would get you Spira Prime, as well as Nikana Prime. The China Founders Program was closed alongside the release of the Sacrifice in Warframe, makes sense, on April 11th, 2019. Oh, so they had this purchasable for like 4 years almost, or pretty much actually. China Founders were compensated with an Umbra exclusive Excalibur Umbra Therion helmet, corresponding light and dark glyphs of the helmet, a legendary core, and an Excalibur Umbra Noggle. Okay, and no shock, Excalibur Umbra compared to Excalibur, just stronger version. Players who, okay, Guava Prime Sakara, regardless of God Pack's tier, God Pack, nice. Yeah, okay. It's all kind of similar. Just like Excalibur Prime, Excalibur Umbra Prime Exalted Blaze has a form similar to Skana Prime, but Dark Umbra version. And it has a lot of like cool things to check out, like a lot of cool lore and just pictures for when they were selling it, right? Look at that, nice. Remember, extractors still exist, man. They're out there. They're out there. Oh, and Warframe China even had a sweet trailer. Whoa. See, look at that. That's awesome, isn't it? Excalibur Umbra Prime. Warframe, Shangzhou. Changyo. I tried. Yeah, that's cool. So that is a thing, apparently. That is a thing. Either way, let me know what you think about that. I just quickly wanted to talk about that if people were curious. I could always make a longer video just memeing it up, but let me know what you think. Sub like, Epic Games Creator Code Pupsker.